motocross to enduro conversion is coming along nicely. At first, the bike felt almost unrideable on some of our harder tracks until these engine mods tamed the beast a little. Next was suspension, with FFRC making some internal mods to those 4CS forks that have proved a nightmare for many suspension tuners. They also used their dyno to do some custom valving and a better damping adjuster on the rear shock. An incredible difference. Combined with the engine mods, the 250SX is really starting to become an enduro animal. So, wheels and tyres. The main problem here is the Motocross 19-inch rear wheel. In effect, this gives you a low profile tyre, which apparently provides better handling on the motocross track. The 18-inch enduro rear wheel allows a higher profile tyre, which gives you a bigger footprint, allows the tyre to wrap around rocks and roots more, and reduces your chance of punctures. To ram this message home, we got a rear puncture on the very first ride. The ideal is to simply fit an 18-inch rear wheel if you can get one. But many people do these motocross enduro conversions because they are on a budget. So, what are the other options? First is the tubeless system. This eliminates the chance of pinch punctures. You can either keep riding or just plug the tyre if it gets punctured, and you can run a low pressure to try and get a decent footprint from that high profile tyre. However, we opted for golden tyre mousses, figuring there was a greater chance of dinging the rim with the low profile rear tyre. Golden tyre have a good range of motocross tyres, so for the rear we picked the GT232, a soft compound rubber that we hoped would mimic the GT333. Golden tyres, all-rounder, enduro knobby. On the front we slapped a golden tyre GT216AA high profile tyre, often called the Fatty. I've used this on 3 bikes now and it's definitely become my first choice. Great grip, good longevity, a big footprint. Most importantly in this case, it settles down the front end of twitchy 2-strokes like the KTMs. So how does the Kato perform with her new shoes? Great. The engine mods made a big difference, so did the suspension tuning, and the new tyres and mousses are another big jump, with a lot more confidence in getting traction on tough tracks or at speed. If you've never used mousses, a few riders talk about a dead feeling. The mousses compress more initially than tubes, but then really toughen up on the big hits that can damage rims and break spokes. It means you get a bigger footprint, and with more rubber on the ground you can feel the extra grip. Personally, I love it. Most riders on mousses do too. Otherwise, tubeless may suit you better. See our video that compares mousses, tubes and the tubeless system. While the golden tyre GT232 hooks up extremely well, there are still times you can feel the limitations of the 19-inch rear wheel, with ledges, tree roots and rocky terrain. Combined with the mousse, it does a great job, but in these situations you can feel the limitations of a low profile tyre. It simply isn't wrapping itself around obstacles the way an 18-inch rear wheel setup can. If you mainly ride open flowing tracks, this won't be an issue, but you may want that 18-inch rear wheel if you do a lot of hard technical terrain. Well guys, the 250SX is really starting to feel like an enduro bike that kicks ass. In the final episode, we'll look at the finishing touches in terms of protection, gearing, ergonomics, that tiny fuel tank and more. Ciao.